Hey y'all, I'm going to teach, or I'm going to instruct, or I'm going to tell, or I'm going to educate anybody listening that doesn't understand about the fourth wall. The fourth wall, and it has everything to do with the ISS, International Space Station. I caught this video here by Madison Moon this morning, and this guy's blowing Hawaiian Punch red Kool-Aid juice, trying to drink, and it splatters all over his face, and you can see with the rag, and she's showing this, and so she's making the point that this red sugary sticky water is going to get all inside the ISS equipment controls, and she's absolutely right. But back to the fourth wall realization. There are the four walls. Number one wall is the wall back here where my cursor's going up and down. Okay, the second wall is over here to the right, okay, and the third wall is over here. The fourth wall, well, what's the fourth wall, Joe? The fourth wall is the one wall that you never, ever will see or get to see. It's the wall behind the person on the International Space Station holding the camera. Now, the interesting thing about the camera is that it's boxed away, strapped up somewhere in low Earth orbit on the International Space Station. And because we're told there are very few people on the International Space Station at a time, what do? Draw names in a hat for the 5 or 6 that are on there? Oh, hey Bobby, we got your name came up. You're going to be the one holding the camera to film me as we stream this back to Earth. Okay. Susan, it's your turn. Oh, okay. So they pull the camera out and they stream it back so we can see this garbage. But back to the fourth wall. The fourth wall is behind the person holding the camera. And what you'll never, ever see is the person holding the camera doing a full 360 from where they're standing, showing the first wall, the second wall, the third wall, and then turning around and showing the wall behind them. A full 360-degree panorama of what they're on, the International Space Station in lower Earth orbit. And why is that? Why won't you see the fourth wall? Because they're not on an International Space Station in lower Earth orbit. They're in a studio on the Earth making it all up. Another YouTuber user, love his work, he mentioned how come whenever astronauts go outside of the ISS, open up the door and go out there, in the camera footage that they show, they never do a 360, they never show the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon all at once. They never even show the door they came out of on the International Space Station. Well, why is that? Because they want you to believe, they want you to just take their word for it that they're really there. And because you never get to see the fourth wall, and because you never get to see when an astronaut is outside on the ISS, a full 360 of where he just came from, the Moon, the Sun, and the Earth, it's all lies. And that just takes common sense for you to think about in your own head. So I just thought I'd share this. Peace.